There is a woman who has gone viral this week talking about being unmarried and childless at 29, and she is getting absolutely roasted by the conservative right. Let's watch the video in question.
It's 10:45 a.m. on a Saturday. I am 29 and single, and I don't have kids yet. Here's what your Saturday morning looks like when you're single at 29 and you don't have a kid running around the house. I didn't rise from my bed until 10:15. Every time I thought, I should probably get up and do something. I thought, why? Nobody's making me. I'm not missing out on anything. I went to Beyonce last night, and I didn't get home until 1 a.m. And I danced and drank my little heart out. And I didn't pay a babysitter to watch my kids as I did that. And I woke up a tad hungover this morning, which is probably why I was in bed for so long. And I was just scrolling on my phone and I saw a picture of shakshuka and I thought, you know what sounds really good? Maybe I'm gonna learn how to make shakshuka today. Because I have no plans and I don't have kids and I don't have a husband and I don't have errands to run. I can go to the grocery store and learn how to make shakshuka. So that's on my agenda today. Also on my agenda, probably a rewatch of some Real Housewives of New York. I'm also doing a rewatch of Normal People on Hulu, which is really spicy and I highly recommend. Weirdly, I'm into this documentary on Netflix about blue zone countries. So I've got a pretty stacked day. Anyway, I say all this to say, whenever I'm hard on myself about why I'm not married and I don't have kids and I should be further along at 29, almost 30, I wouldn't want to do anything else this Saturday. And I know that you can do all these things when you have kids and you're married, and I understand, but the effortlessness and ease of my life, just kind of focusing on myself and the shakshuka I want to make or the Beyonce concert I want to go to, really pays off when I'm hard on myself for not being where society tells me I should be in life.
Mike Cernovich, if you know who Cerno is, one of my most favorite people ever in like the entire world. Cerno always has the freshest takes on any breaking news or story. And when this clip went viral, he commented, "This is the female equivalent of a barstool sports person," which I thought was hysterical and totally apt. And I think that I can speak on this in a really good way because I am conservative and I am 30 and I'm unmarried and I don't have kids.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
I want all of those things very, very badly. And I'm very excited for that chapter in my life if, you know, it's God's will for that to happen. So she has a little bit of a different take on this than I do. I'm going to translate what she said. She is saying, I'm glad that I don't have kids or a husband because I want to be lazy, I want to be unproductive, and I want to be hedonistic. Everybody's like, you're being so mean. She clearly wants desperately to be a wife and a mom. It just hasn't happened for her yet, so she's doing the best that she can. No, she wasn't. In that video, she is putting down the responsibilities of marriage and motherhood. She clearly views it as a massive inconvenience.
There is only one thing worse than a rapist. Boom. A child.
She's talking about it in an overall just like negative way compared to living a very self-centered life that she lives. Now, here's what's interesting. Sometimes, not always, which I'm going to get into, my Saturdays as a single woman, basically the same age as her, look very similarly to hers. Now, what I don't do, I don't like going to clubs, bars once in a while, maybe like, I wouldn't even say once a month, maybe once every 2 or 3 months, I go out with friends to the bars. Most of the time, I'm a sleut, and I'm saying that in the non-sexual way, I'm a sleut for happy hour. I love me some appetizers. I'm a cocktail girly. I'm not a wine girl. I'm not a beer girl. I am a cocktail squirrel through and through. Cocktail squirrel all day, all night. Every afternoon, brunch, whatever. I love a good cocktail. But I'm not like absolutely getting like brownout or blackout drunk. I don't even remember the last time that ever happened to me. Like it's literally been that long. I mean, I know my limit and then I do go home sleeping in my own bed and then I'm getting up and I'm, you know, doing something with my life in the morning. Are you in your single season using your gifts that God gave you to help others in your community to better yourself? Like, let me tell you about my single season, okay? And I'm very proud of myself for this because, and I'm not going to say it never happens because it does happen sometimes, where you just stay in bed all day and you cry and you're sad. But for the most part, I am trying my absolute damnedest to do something positive for somebody else or for kids when I don't have my own. So the way that she talks about kids as being a burden, whatever, if you think it's such a drag to have kids, what are you doing to help those people out? Because I'm using some of my Saturdays or Sundays to volunteer with kids in the foster care system. I learned how to cook. I did not know how to cook anything until the pandemic. I love to read. Yes, I love fiction. I love true crime stuff, but I also love parenting books and health books. I've really taken pride in getting my act together when it comes to health. Now, fitness, that's another story. We're still getting there. Somebody's still got to work on me in that front. I hate physical activity. I hate running. I hate working out.
You working out? Oh, good girl.
A goal for me this fall is trying to finalize what church I want to become a member in, but then also joining small group or joining Bible studies in that church, trying to get really plugged in. So I am in the same season as her, but I'm not getting on and bragging about sleeping in because I don't have kids. I have a couple single friends. Majority of my very, very close friends are married with multiple kids. You always think the grass is greener, right? You think that your single life is so great. You're 29 right now, but come back to us when you're 39. Then come back to us when you're 46. And you're still single and have no kids. And God forbid that is what happens to me. I don't know. But I do know that if I don't have my own kids to pour into, then I believe my calling as a single woman is to do that with other kids that are in my direct community. So whether that's through charity programs or whatever, like Child Advocates Casa, which is what I do, or if it's, volunteering in the nursery at your church, or even just something nice, like volunteering to babysit friends' kids for them so they have a break. We should be doing things like that as women that are single. And also, I want to say this. I think it is a red flag if you are a woman who feels no calling to work with, shepherd, mentor, or care for kids at all. If you choose to not have kids, and I'm not talking about women that have fertility issues that can't and it's out of their control. I am saying if you choose to not have kids, what are you doing for the kids in your community, in your neighborhood? I think there's something real selfish going on and it's very odd. And I think that there's something that maybe needs to get looked at inside of you. I think there's a lot of narcissism there and a lot of selfishness to not willingly want to serve others as a biological woman.
Girl, you know that ain't right.
Because if you're only serving yourself, that is going to come back void. We were called to do more. And now I'm on a soapbox. All you say at the end of your life is, I had a high-paying job, I went to work 9 to 5, I binged Netflix on the weekends, I was hungover, and I got to sleep in. That doesn't sound like a carefree, happy life to me. It's depressing and it's dark. And the fact that so many people lie to single women and act like that is somehow virtuous or admirable, or they tell them, oh, I wish that was my life. I know your life might be hard as a mom. I got to witness firsthand, trying to discipline and wrangle 3 kids and all this kind of stuff with my friend over the weekend. I understand that's hard, but you know that even on those hard days, what you're doing matters. Sleeping in, hungover, and watching Netflix doesn't matter. I'm not saying you can't do those things. You can't, sleep in once in a while or watch Netflix, that it's evil or somehow bad to do. But if that's all your life consists of every weekend, put your hand on the thumbs up. Subscribe for tan skin and a fast metabolism. Thank you. All right.